what they did last year. They generated turnovers. They had 2 fumble recoveries on defense. So like they were getting some and they got some pressure. But Iowa, the smart thing about Iowa that consistently made them a very good team, maybe not a great team, is they know what they are and they stick to it. They're good at running. They're good at playing solid defense. They're not flashy. They don't really air the ball out too much. So they're not going to usually turn the ball over a lot. So it's usually going to be a low scoring affair. I mean, they scored essentially, I think, 17 points off of turnovers because on the third pick, they kicked a field goal. But Tyler Goodson, the running back, he had a good day for Iowa. He had 99 yards rushing and a touchdown. But I think like 50-plus yards came on one big run, which, again, you can't take away from him. Like that shows you, particularly on that play, if you go back and watch it, the corner, I believe, for Indiana, he bit in. He didn't hold the seal, and that allowed Goodson to get outside and just run free for the touchdown very early in the game. I think like with 13 minutes to go in the first quarter. They were the better team. I'm not going to take it away. I was wrong to believe in Indiana in this game. I was worried about this one just because Iowa, they're just a button-up team, and I think they finished the year winning 6 games last year. So it's not like Indiana was the only like team that got hot last year in the Big Ten. Iowa was fairly consistent as well.
I think that was a baby harp seal, wasn't it? That's that seal.
Whoa.
Okay, so hey, did you know that the ratings are up first week of college football? Do you know why? Theory, prediction, gambling. Everybody gambles on these games in every state practically now.
Gambling. I saw a stat that said betting is up 36% from last year.
Exactly.
So, and you know who has a chunk of it?
Snoop Connor.
Jimmy. No, our boy at Dallas. He's got it.
Oh, Granddad Jimmy? Jerry?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jerry. Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. He's got it. All right.
Yeah,
So
I think he has FanDuel. And so that would get us. You think he's going to be betting on the Cowboys for tomorrow night, for the Thursday night game?
A little bit. No, probably not. He bets against them. It's the old Pete Rose deal. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I got to say, I saw another thing that said first opportunity tickets minimum were $582, and second tier, they call it second tier ticketing now. Basically, it's scalpers. Scalpers are getting upwards of $8,000 per ticket.
And that second deck is so far away in that stadium, isn't it in Oklahoma? I mean, it's way. Or Kansas.
Well,
Montana?
they're playing in Tampa. Playing in Tampa.
Throw that joke out.
I mean, that'd be a fur piece. I mean, I got to get that.
I'll cut that joke out when I edit this show. Don't worry about it. That won't be in there. You never heard it. All right, You want to talk about the NFL?
Yeah.
Crowds are queuing up, but turnstiles are turning.
Me,
here we go. It's starting. This is it.
For me, this game, I want to see how he comes out. I want to see how he performs. I honestly think that the Pats. That's a slip right there.
That's a Freudian slip.
Should win this game. Yeah. Should win this game going away. I mean, they've got everybody back and they're all healthy. So I just want to see what they do against this revamped defense of Dallas. But I do want to see how Dak comes out and performs off the top of the game.
Yeah, I'm just worried about him, just because Zach Martin's out for the game already. He was declared out, and Leyland Collins, another offensive lineman, he might not be able to play. So you're going to be down 2 offensive linemen against just a ferocious defensive line that has depth, and Dak really didn't play in the preseason, so.
What do you got?
I don't know. Again, Brady didn't play a lot, but he played enough. He got to get banged a little rust off. And
do you think Dak will get hammered?
I'm worried that Dak could get hammered. I hope he doesn't get hammered.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Dak a lot. And then obviously he's got very talented wide receivers. So like maybe the idea is to get the ball out, as quick as possible. Maybe I'd say get Tony Pollard involved more. Like he's a great receiver out of the backfield. I kind of agree with Lugs. I don't know what the spread is, but I would take the over in terms of if it's like just 10 points, I would take that with the Bucks. You know what it is, Lugs? Do you know what the difference is?
No, I don't know what the line is.
Tampa -8, guys. Tampa
-8.
I was going to say I thought it was 8 the last time, but I looked earlier
our crack
today.
research department just checked in with us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
To the crack research department.
Interns.
That was quick.
Oh,
I would say
these guys are good, man.
Yeah, I would say definitely they win. And I say exactly the same word that Lug said, going away. Yeah. Again, maybe Dallas will win the East, but I'm kind of surprised that Dallas is the favorite to win the East. I just look at the construction of Washington's team; it's just better across the board to me. But
yeah, exactly.
Prediction: Tampa goes 15-2 and wins the AFC. That's my theory.
Whoa, they're going to win the AFC when they're in the NFC? That's going to be...
Again, I'll correct this in post-production. It'll be NFC when I say it.
That's a real bold prediction.
That would be a bold one.
Yeah,
they switch conferences and everything.
Yeah, this game's interesting, and it's good ones for the NFL to start the season. It will dominate the ratings for sure. But the potpourri of NFL news. Cam Newton,
yes,
he's gone because he would not take that injection. He wouldn't get vaccinated. They'll never say it, but the hoodie. The hoodie wants somebody he can count on.
He's a rule man.
And I think he's got the quarterback in Mac Jones. Here's my wild ass prediction. Mac Jones will be the offensive rookie of the year just because of the system and because he will be schooled. Get rid of that ball now. And they've got a couple of decent running backs. And the defense, I'm telling you, the Pats defense is going to surprise some folks. They're strong looking from what I've seen. So,
Mac Jones,
but anyway, Cam Newton, I think it would be a tough thing for Cam Newton to come back anywhere. If you're a starter, you don't want Cam Newton as your backup. And Cam Newton probably won't ever acquiesce to being a backup. That's just not who he is. So basically, I think he's waiting for somebody to get injured, and then he can step in.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't see him being a backup anywhere. He's alpha dog. Yeah, he's too. Well, and also you just don't want to bring him in because he's so charismatic that like he will undermine. I think that's also another reason. I'm not saying there isn't the Lugs isn't right about the not taking the vaccine. So like Belichick would have to worry about this guy being out for games randomly on a whim because of him coming in close contact. But I also think they saw enough in Mac Jones that they know they want him to be the leader and they don't want to have Cam there. Not that he's bad, but they just want to kind of solidify these next X amount of years. Like, Mac's our guy. Let's just get it going right now.
Yeah, wherever Cam goes, he's in the spotlight. He's going to overshadow and possibly, as you said, undermine authority.
Well, I'm not even saying undermine. I'm just saying he's so charismatic. I mean, you know, because you look at the age of a lot of these guys who are coming to the league. I mean, he went to Auburn, and it was like he was there 1 year, and like he dominated college, and he won a championship, and he played at a high level, and it was mainly because of him. Because Chizik was out like 2 years later, so I mean, no one's gonna be like, well, Chizik made him or anything
exactly.
So it was Cam. So like that's why there is so much belief in Cam. And like I said, I won't use the word undermine. I just think he's such a strong personality. Unless he is your guy, you almost can't have him be in your locker room, which is a weird thing to say, but it's just too overpowering. So
honestly, it's sort of crazy. It could be another wild ass prediction, but I don't think Carson Wentz at Indianapolis is going to work. He won't take the injection either. He says he needs to see more research. It's like, I'm thinking, you're a football player. They've injected you with everything from whatever all your career, and you're going to tell me that you're got fears about this vaccination? No. Here's my wild ass prediction on Carson. He will never play a full NFL season for the rest of his career, and his career is not going to be that long. It just won't.
Okay. Wow.
I think the man is not smart. He's not very intelligent. The football gods gave him this miracle gift to get him out of that situation in Philadelphia. He comes to Indianapolis with Frank Reich, who can salvage his career if he'll just listen to the man. And he's doing everything to sabotage himself again. He's not bright.
That was Carson on line 1, but he hung up. He got tired of waiting.
Well, no, he fell out of his chair and injured his back. So there come the sirens to come pick him up on.
So I'm going to go from one redhead to another prediction. The Bears will be the 7th team in the NFC in playoffs.
They're going to make the wild card?
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Remember, they're 7 this year.
Well, they were 7 last year. They were the 7th last year.
Well, see?
It's not hard to imagine.
My point. Consistency.
All
right. Well, the redhead won't be there for the playoffs.
No,
It'll be Justin Fields.
Yeah, oh yeah. He'll be with Carson Wentz on that chair you're talking about.
I wish I had the same outlook at J-Boy. The quarterback play I think is going to be better for Chicago, but I think the defense isn't better in a lot of places. Losing Kyle Fuller, I don't think there's any really replacing him. Their offensive line isn't as better. I mean, they pulled Jason Peters off the street. Jason Peters was playing pickleball with other members of ARP, and he was watching reruns of Murder, She Wrote and the Golden Girls, eating
TNT
Werther's Originals and eating cantaloupe at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hell, anyway. Luggs is younger than him, aren't you, Luggs? Than Jason Peters?
Luggs is definitely younger.
I mean, you could suit up and wow, you're right. Jason Peters watching Murder, She Wrote.
I don't know, and I also I think Minnesota will be back. I will say the way this preseason went, it makes me more hesitant on Minnesota. I had them barely making the playoffs. I had them, I think, as the 7th.
Yeah, I
worry about them because their offensive line, for as much money and resources they put into it, I don't know if it really got better. And also, I know Kyle Shanahan has been a great offensive mind, and he is the son of Mike Shanahan.
Yeah, right.
The son being as good or maybe better than his father at coaching, it usually doesn't work out. And that's the thing. Gary Kubiak's son is taking over the offensive play calling for the Vikings. I'm not saying he won't be good. The more I think about it, I worry about him being many sons of coaches, like Shula's son.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's where I get more hesitant on the Vikings. But
One question: does he have a great head of hair like his dad, though, Kubiak? I mean, that.
Well, we'll save that for another day. Gary Kubiak, he said he doesn't. Well, he won for his age to have that full head of hair is impressive. But the thing I find dubious is he says he doesn't colors. He says he doesn't color his hair.
Right.
And if you look at that color, if you look at his hair, it's the same color across the board, which seems like it's the biggest indication of dyeing. There's no variance in the coloring of his hair.
No variance.
But anyway.
Yep, there we go. The Kubiak mysteries continue. Yeah. What else about the NFL? Just thinking, I mean, we're excited it's coming. Here we go.
In terms of wild predictions, I will go on and say I will have representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. I have the Rams. The Rams will make the Super Bowl
all right.
out of the NFC.
All right.
Matthew Stafford because they put all their chips in. They put all these chips in, and they have to. It's win this year or next year, or this probably doesn't work.
Just
so
win,
I'm
baby.